Hello everyone, we are back. We are in Montcomb. We just We just finished the Trials of the Moogles. Aha! Sorry, Vector's been talking to me about Destiny 2 while I was on break there. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm not going to read that part out loud, but I will say, see, I listened to the story a little bit. I remember the Taken King. I remember the hype when that was released. Actually, I think I own the Taken King. I gotta go back and play Destiny 1. You have it, Capel. Is my masterpiece safe? An ordinary rock, awash with extraordinary color. What the color represents, however, you cannot discern from any angle. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madame. At last, I can exchange my art for those delectable Koopa nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Alright, so you give me a scholar book, astrologian, and a red mage. Let's go conjure a wind mage. That's my number one day. You were able to humble my Gervanian devotees? Wonderful. You are as capable as I am captivating, Koopa. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those sluts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Gervanians and their elk have much to learn about the acceptable acts of admiration. Here we get a bow, a machinist arm, staff, and let's go with the staff. Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Lack of imagination has led to most white flowers found growing in skybound regions of Gervanian Abelathy to be named after clouds. This light petal specimen being no expression. Oh yes, these are perfect, Koopa. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I am your moogle, Koopa. I don't have a palm, but good to know. You completed the Trials of Trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. But first, we have a new weapon to equip. I got a whole bunch of weapons I need to fucking sell. Alright, so these, I don't know if they're actually better. 65 damage, 65, 55 dex, 54 dex. Okay, so these have crit, these have determination. I don't really care that much about that. Yeah, let's do it. That's fine. They're not the most grand looking weapons, but we've had these old Magitech, augmented Magitech daggers forever, so let's swap them out for these ones. Alright, Moglin. Nero, if that is what you insist on calling yourself. You have completed the Trials of Trustworthiness administered by the Taskmasters Mogan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions, and I am decided. Koopa, gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. I don't know what the bathing bully unlocks. Hang on a sec, guys. Bathing bully. This might be the moogle. Oh, it's an ether current quest. Okay, we'll do that later. I could just talk to him and see. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Okay. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our house elect not to grant their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Koopa nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Ha! Compensation out of Koopa nuts. How did your trials go? How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Gervanians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a caracal lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Miro. I like not this place. So, in case you guys don't know, Mog is the lance-wielding moogle in FF6, so that's a fun reference. Standing here in Moggle, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Moggle Mog XII, in his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I feel more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. What are you doing, you weirdo? Why are you rolling on my feed? Put those cords, please. What sorcery is this, that my heart should stir at mere fluffiness? No. Miro, I was... No man, what is it? Chief Limaga has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting then. Sorry, she just tried to bite my foot. Hey. Stop with the cords. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Sorry guys, I gotta make sure she's not gonna be biting the cords. Dealing with a kitten is like dealing with a toddler. Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven to the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass that time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Oh dear, the horn! Bring out the horn! Quickly now! We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Morgan may have sat on it. So we have some time for cleaning it, we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr. Very possible, yes, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Your concern is appreciated, but I'm quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive at his lair? Come, we have squandered enough time already. Our journey to meet Hraesvelgr has almost reached its end. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds. What are you doing, you weirdo? She's so silly. Hey, Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I'll ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things like that would never have gotten so messy in the first place. He was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. And now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that is well, eh, Kupo? Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphinaud is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. Was he gonna go with us? I guess he's gonna go with us. Alright, we don't really get an option to talk to these guys that often. Let's see what they have to say. Never imagined my duties would include tidying up fallen leaves in a moogle village beyond the clouds. They had the Elder Seedseer scrubbing and sweeping. The Elder Seedseer! Through our labors, our new friendships have blossomed. For this, we must give thanks. It will not be long now, Hraesvelgr. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways. Shall we? Alphinaud, Miro, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these moogles might never have been revealed to us. It is we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogle back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the crystal light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Foot is itchy. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Celestinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. What's wrong with Celestinian? Does he sense that Piamet is near? Because that would kind of piss off anyone, I think. Ah yes, Manitech armor. That's just what the Moogles want to see in their home. Okay. Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us. The closer we come to Hraesvelgr, the higher my spirits rise. But is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva? We have tarried over long. Let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. Oh wait, I gotta pick up the actual next quest. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna get some new armor here. This is actually better than what we got. Cool. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgr's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though. We need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Okay, so there's another quest there that's probably another Ether Current. Like I said, I'll do the Ether Current quests off stream. They're not very involved. They're usually just a, hey, go here, kill this type thing. Yeah. And that'll grant us the ability to fly in these zones should we have to come back to them. And I think there will be points where we do have to come back. Especially to this area, because this area is kind of like a testament to when man and dragon lived together. And I love the runes in this zone. He did not live nearly as long as I thought he was going to. That's fine. There we go. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so here's an Archaeosaur. This is called Landlord Colony. I don't know why it's called Landlord Colony, because landlords do not have the greatest reputation in modern society, and yeah. Light and darkness combine to form prismatic. Is that a new thing you can utilize in Destiny? Like, is that something the players get to actually use, or is that the new enemy plot contrivance? Gotcha. New subclass. Cool. I always like getting new subclasses and whatnot. Although I'm always wary of them making the game too complicated when they add new stuff. Alright, so we got attacked by an ice dragon and 2 moss dragons. Actually, when do they poison through their attacks? I don't remember getting hit by their breath attack, but maybe. Okay. So look at this, guys. These ruins are super cool. The area is very drab, which I think fits for the narrative of the game too, because this is an area that people haven't been for 1,000 years, and the dragons probably aren't doing much to keep this place like up to snuff and whatnot, right? Like, why would they? So here's Asa, which is where some more moogles are. There is a moogle mender merchant here, so let's talk to them and repair our gear. Oh, there's that aether current. So it's like they took all the annoyances out of finding the aether currents and just like, here, let's put them on the path, and then gave you a whole bunch of quests to do. Things were a bit bitey there for a while there, but I think we arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Alright, waiting for the wind to change. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty approach and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you try blowing the horn now, he won't... I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the winds die down. Okay, let's equip our new armor, which I don't think I like this new armor, but... yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this armor set. It's okay, but... yeah, it's not my favorite. Anyway, this is Asa. It is where man and dragon used to live together. Or where heretics made a village that made it look like man and dragon used to live together. Whichever narrative you choose to believe. Oh, look at this. Lower Skylord. So these dragons here are like the ringworms from, or the lindworms, or the hellworms from, Final Fantasy XII. Amphitheater. Oh, I don't want to fight him. Probably not to fight. No, we're okay. How to cane your dragon. Great. This looks like a nice area. Okay, why can't I jump up this tiny ledge? Okay, thank you. Look at that. Clouds. Instead of fog, you get clouds. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardship of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Canthus. Clear our minds? 'Tis Master Alphina whose mind needs clearing. The thoughts of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Miro, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Master Alphina's artless quest for firewood is like to get him killed. I suggest you follow the boy and see that no harm comes to him. You see that sculpture to the west of here? I'm all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva. You know, Estinian may not be as bad as I thought, Kupo. Under all those horrid spikes, he actually has a soft spot for his companions. Just a small one, mind. Oh, and don't tell him I told you, right? That sculpture up there, like directly above us, is what she's talking about. She thinks that's Saint Shiva right there. Alright, let's go help Alphino not die. You figure by now we're perfectly equipped to help Alphino not die. Where the fuck did he go? Hey dudes! We're in dragon territory. Okay. A dragon? No, we're riding a dragon. I don't know if I need to fight this Skylord yet, so we'll wait to see. We will probably have to fight this one, so I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna kill him. Hello again, mini cat. Yeah, guys, I'm doing this for a boss fight. Dude, how's your day been? How was your weekend? What'd you get up to? Did you eat any hamburgers? Speaking of hamburgers, I gotta get more hamburger buns. I'm all in. Prismatic Transcendence is going to take some time getting used to. There's Alphino. Leave the firewood to me. Someone actually here doing this? Again, why can't I jump up this tiny ledge? There. Jumping in this game can be weird sometimes. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about the supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Ah, few things compared to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ah, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. It is well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal a sail with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlean dignitary, and along with my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe? It was only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our own history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods which fans the flame of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. Yeah, dudes. You are well on your way, Master Alphino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant to how the Dragonsaur War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands rests the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of our cause. Or your cause. Doubt not, but that I shall, dragon. Well, wind's willing, we shall have our answer on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. The moogle didn't have any problems falling asleep. That's right, you guys fought Piamet and lost during the cutscene. Alright, we get an outfit here, I'll take the black mage one. Okay, it is break time, so before we pick up this quest, we're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere, we got more FF14 for you.